Hey guys, my name is Ryan. We're back again with another Spirit Island video. Today we're going to be playing as Lore of the Deep Wilderness against Russia 6. This is probably the best matchup against Russia in the game. Lure is just tailor-made to beat Russia. There's no way around it. And the key thing is because of the Russia 3, this is typically what blows people out. When you have 3 explorers in a land, it still ravages, as if it matched the ravage card. Well, Lure can ignore 2 explorers in a land that has presence. So even if there are 3, it counts as if there's only 1, and therefore it does not ravage. Well, actually, it doesn't only ignore 2, it ignores 2 for each presence. So you don't even have to deal with the explorers. As more and more explorers get added, yeah, you could get rid of them, or you could just add presence, and it works just the same. And this allows us to have so much flexibility, so many more like free actions, right? Just adding a presence is effectively an entire additional action. We can just, completely overwhelm, completely suppress and control Russia. It's a pretty free one. Let's have some fun. Playing on board H. Typically, you would want to play one of the boards where one single land is connected to all of the coastals, and this is very much not that. Okay. So, Softly Beckon Ever Inward is always my favorite opening with this guy, but there are a lot of different ways that we could go about doing it. I would probably go here into the 5, right? Take 2 explorers, 2 towns, grab the beast, grab the Dahan, and then even if we were to explore it again, I could play like a Perils into Swallowed by the Wilderness, and we can do a few things in order to manage this land. So I think that's what I'll do. Going here, gaining a moon, adding a presence, and playing Softly Beckon. Not playing extra cards because we don't have to. Okay, so now here we can transform this town into 2 explorers, and then just... actually, maybe I should gather them up here because they'll all be ignored. That's what I'll do. So we will go here, transforming this, going this way. Then my Softly Beckon. We could choose to take a blight. I'd probably want to take a blight here inland by leaving the invaders inland. And that would allow me to also solve one of these lands. So we could take like this and this. Here and here, grabbing here and here. We can take a blight so we don't get extra stuff on the board, and there's only 1 land that we have to worry about. And as long as we get rid of the town, then we're good. So we could play like a gift and a perils, and that will let us use our innate to remove the town, and then we just set ourselves up for success here in the 5. Okay, Animated Rackroot is exciting. Something like a Razor Sharp Undergrowth deals with the 7 even faster. And because it'll add a wild, it'll pocket the 8 out of the game as well. That is very exciting to me. Do like a Razor Sharp Undergrowth in combination with the Perils of the Deepest Island in order to give ourselves the ability to get rid of explorers. We could do that in the 8. We could also do that in the 5, depending on what the subsequent explore is. And adding the wilds is very strong. Another interesting line, I could go grow into the 4 and then gather with Enticing Splendor in order to deny the build. But then we'd take a Russia 6 and it would add an explorer town into the 8. And if we were trying to make a pocket, that's not how you do it. Also, this card is terrible, and so finding an opportunity to play dog water cards is always a little bit of joy. long as we gain any zero-cost card, we could push down this bottom track. I mean, another option is just to pick up the extra energy right now, since we're not going to use that animal anyways. Always gives us the option to flex into majors later. I don't mind it. Yeah, let's do that. Go here. Immediately ravage in a land matching a ravage card. That would force us to basically flip the blight card immediately. Now, Russia is one where I really never feel bad about removing the bottom stage 2 and the bottom stage 3. Typically, the big problem with removing the bottom stage 2 is it means you hit that stage 3 earlier, but Russia gonna do what Russia gonna do, and it really just doesn't make a difference. We don't really feel that at all until we get to like here in the invader deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns later, we'll finally feel the effects of removing stage 2 and stage 3 cards. And that'll give us an extra Explorer Town. We could just put it right here in the 5, where we're already planning on taking a few actions. And so it won't be so bad. Click a land to ignore pieces. Yes. Okay. This does get very clicky. I'm just going to skip the Ravage here, right? We'll just take the extra little bit of whatever, and we'll do just fine. Because this land ain't even ravaging. Let's see. If we add a beast here, that'll give us a 3rd token, and we can actually kill off 5 explorers. Although I believe, since one of them does not die, we don't get the bonus fear from having killed so many. However, Russia produces a fear. We're getting 2 fear either way. And then we will push you. We'll go out here into our presence. Okay. Now, a Swallow by the Wilderness in this land right now would do 4 damage, killing 2 towns, and that's very good. Coming over here, we would still have a Living Explorer. There are some zero-cost token adding cards. If we happen to draft... Actually, we're no longer able to play 3 cards because we chose the path that we chose. And that's all good and fine. We're really in no threat of bad things happening. We have a Nature's Resilience. We can choose to just let these guys ravage and then just kill themselves against the Nature's Resilience, which is a nice, dirty trick. Nice and dirty. What? A little something like this. We could kick this over here and then kill that in the slow phase with our Plantinate. Ooh, the extra health. That would change the game if we went that direction. Now, the only way for us to pay for that Earth is to forget this Nature's Resilience, and that's a card that we really want to hold on to because that's how we're going to control the coast. That's our game plan here in the 2, is to reclaim into that Nature's Resilience. So I suppose we'll leave with the Dahan. And we get a little bit of extra free defense twice over. So that means we have enough free defense that we can just let everything ravage and we can just pick up a bunch of fear here. It will get us to... it means that we will see the next fear bomb, but we're going to see it in the slow phase, which is always the preferred way to do it. And we'll have one come in from here, one come in from here, which will be killed efficiently. Though it is possible that we could get a wetlands explorer, so we're going to not overcommit. We're just going to go this way. Taking no blight. We're very strong in this land because of all of our tokens and the Badlands. Ooh. But yep, we can just take the Russia escalation here. It'll put us up to 4 explorers, and it's not enough to ravage. Because as we know, 4 is less than 3. Now over here... Yeah, we're probably just going to take a blight here. And then here, we'll hit it with the Nature's Resilience. And that should full clear, which means that we're down to just the 2. So we're looking to get ourselves some blight removal. And then we're going to Nature's Resilience right here. Another option is for us to kill off the Explorer. And then we can just deal with this with the Swallowed by the Wilderness. Hold on to our Nature's Resilience to use on the 2 in a later turn. What do we get? Coastal. Yep. This land number 2, is numero uno priority. It's important enough that we're definitely going to go for a major here. This Razor Sharp Undergrowth is probably done. We got to play it at all, which is crazy, because that never happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This Rapid Wings of Sunlight, we could lose a Dahan and a counterattacks for 4. That is fine by me. Because then we'll hit it with the Nature's Resilience in the subsequent turn. Because it'll double build, it'll hit for 7 afterwards, so the Nature's Resilience will get the job done. Ooh, the +1 damage. Let's see, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 damage comes in. It makes no difference as far as counterattacks go. So we are just better off. Probably going to get rid of this Gift of the Untamed Wilds. That is going to put us into a Terror level 2. Which I do appreciate. Softly Beckon is just way too strong. Beast to land. Okay, so we get a free beast. Even though we're probably not going to get much utility out of it, it's just nice to have as insulation for escalations and loss conditions and things like that. Definitely going to be adding our wilds into our weak land. Do we want to put more stuff on the coast? I think not. But that does protect us so we don't take a blight, which changes a few things. We can remove an explorer, which is good because we're about to get one back after this does not blight. But all of a sudden, we have no builds whatsoever. That's very exciting. Honestly, I'm probably just going to let this go. And then it will blight once, right? It'll clear itself. And then we have no problems. We have just this land number 5 here. We are able to kill 2 of these towns. It is already Terror level 2. So we can already think about actually winning the game outright. Which is crazy. Let's see. A thriving choke fungus will do a lot of work here in the 5. So I think that's going to be the pick. And like I said, all we have to do is just add a presence here. Just creating that sacred site gets the job done. Yeah, this perils will add tokens as well. There will be more than enough to... Let's see, if I picked up the moon instead, because we're only playing 2 cards, so maybe I just pick up that moon instead. We're missing the air. I'm okay with this, though. Because we also have the 6 and the 7. Lots of stuff going on. And yep, we can just ignore a whole bunch of you guys. And now, actually, we'll get the 2 fear for killing 5, and we'll get the fear for pushing out an explorer. Add an explorer to it. We're escalating in the jungles. Yeah, we're just going to keep going in this land because that's where we're strong. Okay. Well, now it's time to get some business done. So just by adding 2 tokens, we'll get ourselves up to killing off all the explorers. And by having 2 Badlands, we will, because this is capped at 5 tokens. So as long as 5 tokens, but one of the tokens is a Badlands, we will kill 3 towns. So we could choose to... I was thinking we could like add a Badlands here and then add a token to an adjacent land. Which means that there would be 1 explorer left alive, but that's fine. Because we'd be at 4 tokens, but 2 of them are Badlands. That's still 6 damage. So, but then where would the beast go? Because we don't really want the beast in these lands. Probably going to take a blight in one of these just to, you know, keep things kicking. Perhaps we do perils in here. Kicking some Dahan out. Defend it with the Nature's Resilience. Do something like this. Do something like this. Do this. Another Fear Bomb. Okay, make sure we get these jungles under control. Jungles and sands are looking just fine. That bomb's not going to do anything. And moving and explore between lands is irrelevant. Only inactive land is the mountains, but we don't have any presence there. Okay. So now we're going to be up to 3 energy. Playing Nature's Resilience, Swallowed by the Wilderness, plus something. Now I could... Let's see. We would not be able to threshold the wrap. We have no additional sun. Thinking about gaining an element. So if I were to gain a plant element, we'd be able to get the damage portion of Never Heard From Again, as well as adding a Badlands, and that can get work done here in the 6, since the builds aren't going to be doing anything. And I like that quite a bit. So let's go for this. Pick up the plant. This means that we very well could win this turn. All we need is anything with a plant, but of course something like a Perils, adding a Badlands, will ensure its success. I like Thriving Choke Fungus a little bit more. Maybe because it's new, fun, exciting. We just drafted it. How unexpected. To add a disease. Okay. I'll add this just kind of out here in the corner in a land that we're weak. whole bunch of free defense, which actually could be bad for us because taking the blight doesn't matter, but getting an extra explorer town very well could. Though, considering there's only one land with invaders, it's all piling up right there in the middle. Oh wait, we have sufficient defense, so we can just let it all happen. Yep, as long as we kill these two towns, we're doing just fine. We have a Badlands added here. We're going to add a Badlands here as well. Going to kick this all the way down to just one explorer on the whole island. Where does he want to be? We're going to put him right on the coast, so that way he can escape and tell him, hey, don't mess with him. And right there, technically a Terra level 3 victory. Though we tried to get it at Terra level 2. And that is Lure against Russia. Only blight that we took the whole game is when we had, I think, 3 actions simultaneously in the 2. We had the stage 1 Sands card, we had the stage 2 Sands card, and we had the coastal card all active at the same time. And all of that added up to one single blight. Not so bad. If you're looking for a pretty smooth, easy first Russia game, definitely give Lure a try. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have yourselves a glorious day.